for him to prepare for what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'm just too sharp, too clean, punch way too hard, power in both hands.
I was streaming, I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous type stuff, but now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? To show out, so.
Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
In their fiery face-to-face interview, Jake Paul exuded total confidence, declaring that his evolution as a boxer has brought him to this defining moment. He vowed to defeat Gervonta Davis in devastating fashion, insisting that his years of athletic discipline have molded him for this exact challenge. "I'm ready, no hesitation," he said firmly, radiating belief in his preparation and power. Gervonta Davis met that energy with calm assurance. "I've got the complete package," he replied. "Power, skill, experience, everything that makes a fighter dangerous." Davis spoke of the progress he's made under new coaches, emphasizing his conditioning, precision, and confidence. "I know what I'm capable of. I know what I've learned this past year. The shape I'm in, the power I have, I'm just in there to have fun." Analysts describe Davis as the embodiment of a complete boxer, devastating power in both hands, razor-sharp timing, disciplined footwork, and an instinctive defense that allows him to anticipate opponents before they move. These attributes make him far more than just a puncher. They define a tactician who dominates through skill and control. With this fight, Davis aims not just to win, but to reaffirm why he's considered one of the most dangerous and elite fighters in the sport.
His training is taking a toll. The cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
How long I do it? 5 minutes? 5 will be good enough for you. They definitely went to the kids store.
That water ain't cold. We know that.
I know, but
Get in the water, man. Get in the water.
it's not already cold.
Sit on the edge. Man, get in there, man.
No, give me the top.
The upcoming showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis has ignited fierce debate throughout the boxing community. It's a matchup defined by extremes, two distinct worlds of the sport colliding. On one side stands Jake Paul, armed with size, weight, and raw physical power. On the other side stands Gervonta Davis, a master of speed, timing, and precision, polished by years of experience at the sport's highest level. Analysts have spent months dissecting the matchup, noting that Paul's size advantage could play a significant role. A heavier frame often translates to greater punch resistance, more leverage, and increased power potential. Yet, as experts point out, advantages mean little if they aren't applied effectively. While Jake Paul enters the ring taller and stronger, Davis possesses nearly every other element that defines elite boxing. His footwork, timing, and explosive accuracy are the products of a lifetime inside the gym, a foundation built through discipline, not celebrity. For Davis, this fight isn't just about proving he's the better fighter. It's about showing that experience, skill, and instinct still outweigh size and strength when the bell rings.
I believe he spars people that are much heavier than him. And, man, that up.
Well, who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta because for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old.
Yeah.
I think he makes up for the weight situation.
Okay, so this is the first time that Jake Paul's fighting an actual boxing champion, an active, young boxing champion. Everyone else he's fought was either way older or like was it Tommy Fury, I think.
Yeah, he was a legitimate boxer.
Legitimate boxer, but not a champion.
Right.
He's fighting a champion, although a very little champion compared to him. So this is sort of I don't know, man. Like,
if it wasn't Gervonta Davis, and it was somebody else in that weight category,
it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Like, again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm happy that Jake is bringing excitement to the sport and so forth, but you just have these, like, people fighting bears and, there might be a boxing match with a weapon involved of some sort, like people have sticks. Like, I feel it's just getting more and more ridiculous. And really outside of Crawford Canelo, there's really very little excitement over pure boxing.
Experts widely agree that Jake Paul has never faced an opponent with Gervonta Davis's pedigree. Davis has shared the ring with world champions, undefeated contenders, and some of the sport's most feared punchers, and has conquered them all. From technical tacticians to towering power hitters with far greater reach than Jake, Davis has proven his ability to adapt and dismantle every style thrown his way. That's why many believe Jake Paul has entered the most dangerous challenge of his career. Even Jake himself acknowledges it. In recent interviews, he's admitted that Davis operates on an entirely different level, one that demands complete focus, discipline, and a dramatic evolution in his own boxing skills. This honesty reflects a key shift in Jake's mindset. He's aware of the risk, aware of the gap in experience, and understands that this fight cannot be approached like any before. For Jake Paul, this isn't just another high-profile matchup, it's a true test of whether he can rise to the standard of an elite, lifelong fighter.
He's undefeated, highly skilled, most experienced fighter I've fought, top 5, pound for pound. So I have to have the best version of myself. I know how fast he is. I know how strong he is. I believe I'm stronger, more athletic, and that's my advantage going into the fight. But he pretty much has every other advantage. So I'm locked in, fully focused, feeling amazing already, and just going to put on a performance and have the biggest fight of 2025.
Last one, I've seen some people say, "Oh, Jake, the goal here is just to survive." Knowing you that's not the case. You're not going in there to get through 12 rounds with Tank Davis. I would imagine you're going in there to win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Tank's going to be the one surviving. I'm going to, upset a lot of people, and again, they're going to have to say that there's some crazy excuse, fights are rigged. They can't use the steroid excuse because we have full-on random drug testing at any time. They could literally knock on my door right now. So they can't use that excuse. And obviously I'm suing people who say that the fights are rigged. Piers Morgan already had to retract his statement and kiss the ring. More lawsuits are coming for these people who are lying on my name because it's just simply not true. And we're willing to prove that in court. But I'm actually flattered that the only thing that people can chalk up these wins to is that the fights are rigged, because it's honestly the greatest compliment. But again, I'm going to knock this guy out and probably create one of the most viral knockouts.
Public reaction to this fight has been divided, caught between confusion and fascination. Many fans argue that this isn't the matchup boxing truly needed right now, pointing out that Gervonta Davis could have faced any number of elite contenders in a stacked talent pool. To them, this bout feels more like a spectacle than a sporting necessity. Yet despite the criticism, the world can't seem to look away. Jake Paul's immense entertainment influence has pulled the fight into mainstream attention, creating a crossover event that transcends traditional boxing audiences.
Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself. That sort of made sense, and it was a good week for Jake Paul. He come out there and he beats an ex-world champion and gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be, okay, all right, former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers. They're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So, yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also as well, I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because of the money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound-for-pound star. Very heavy-handed as well. Should have the movement, forget the size, to be able to slip inside and take Jake Paul out. That's the reality of it. But, yeah, I just find it all very, very strange. Look, I thought an even stranger fight, to be honest, was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. You look at that fight and go, who's going to sanction that? God forbid something happens to Jake. I think that what he's doing for the sport is brilliant in his own right. He's bringing new fans into the sport. He's doing excellent for women's boxing as well. You can't take that away from the kid, and he's been working hard as well, and he's improving. Going in against Anthony Joshua, a former 2-time world heavyweight champion and still an active fighter, that's a suicide mission for me. I think that Anthony Joshua, and you look at Francis Ngannou, and look at what AJ done to Francis Ngannou, who would win out of Anthony Joshua?
Former UFC fighter and entertainer Mike Perry shared a typically blunt perspective on the matchup. He noted that while Gervonta "Tank" Davis remains one of boxing's most feared punchers, His recent fights haven't delivered the same highlight reel knockouts that once defined his career. Perry's remarks weren't a criticism of Tank's power but rather a reminder of the sky-high expectations surrounding him. Fans have grown accustomed to seeing Davis end fights with explosive finishes, and that reputation brings its own pressure, especially when stepping in against a larger opponent capable of absorbing heavier shots. Respected boxing analyst Teddy Atlas also weighed in, offering a more technical assessment. Atlas praised Davis as one of the most complete fighters in modern boxing, calling him dangerous because he does everything well. He emphasized Tank's precision, purposeful punching, and rare ability to adapt to any opponent's style. Atlas asserts that experience makes a significant difference, something Jake Paul has yet to acquire. Atlas believes the fascination with Jake's size advantage will fade the moment the first punches land. Technique and experience beat strength every time when the skill gap is this wide, he said. Davis, he noted, has faced every kind of opponent imaginable: pressure brawlers, rangy outboxers, sharp counterpunchers, and heavy-handed sluggers, and has found a way to break them all down.
Fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cluster Motto told me he loves Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, wow, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but he's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, what was it, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense. So, yeah, it's kind of like we've seen this already in that version of it, and we didn't really like it. I don't think I liked it that much.
Former opponent Rolando "Rolly" Romero also offered his respect to Gervonta Davis, acknowledging that Tank has achieved more in his career than most fighters ever will. Romero emphasized that Davis has repeatedly proven he can hurt and dominate bigger opponents, showing that stepping up against larger men is nothing new for him. According to Romero, those past performances serve as a reminder that Davis's power and precision translate across weight classes. Tank's shown he can break down stronger guys and still control the fight, he said. That proven adaptability, Romero noted, is what separates Davis from the rest of the field. He added that despite the skepticism surrounding this matchup, Tank remains one of the best fighters in the world, an elite competitor capable of overcoming any challenge, no matter how unconventional or physically demanding it may be.
Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or as an exhibition, we don't know if they go at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him or even knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
Some people some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying he should have took a fight with Lamar Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think it's business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that he ducked Roach?
I mean, there's still other options, It's bro, you can't be mad at someone for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or all this stuff, right? At the end of it, bro, we just want to do what's best for ourselves, right?
Facts.
Right or wrong?
Facts.
So just do what's best for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, me personally, it don't matter what my opinion is, but I don't think get the money while you can get the money is my opinion. But some fans are gonna have.
No, it's not even about the money though, man. It's regardless of anything, yeah, get the money when you can get the money, but it's not even about the money. There's so much more to this sport in this world than just money, man. It's just do whatever you feel beneficial.